Welcome back to the Daily Lift, and today we are in day number 18 of our 4-week prayer journey. And so if you have not gotten your copy, follow the link below, download it, start filling it out, follow the prompts, read the scriptures, really put it into practice, and watch your prayer life completely transform. Okay, so now day number 18, we are in the subject of praying for boldness, or praying with boldness rather, and praying for boldness if that's something that you struggle with. But we have here the passage of contemplation in Hebrews chapter 4, verse 16. Let us therefore come boldly to the throne of grace, that we may obtain mercy and find grace to help in time of need. And so the Hebrew writer here is telling us that we ought to come to the Lord boldly, to the throne of grace boldly. And we also see something similar talked about in James. James says you have to ask in faith. A double-minded man shouldn't expect anything from the Lord. So what does this mean? Praying for boldness. Well, the prompt here says, approach God with confidence, knowing that He hears you. Write a bold prayer, request, and present it to God with confidence. Okay, so let me start off with this. When we're talking about a bold prayer request, many things can come to our mind. What we're not talking about is outlandish material possessions. These things, we need to make sure that we're praying within harmony of God's will. And so we need to first make sure that we are understanding how can we go to God in confidence, with boldness. The only way that we can go to God is by knowing surely who He is, and that He is a promise keeper. He always keeps His promises, and He is the same yesterday and today and tomorrow. And so when we go to God to be confident in Him, in our requests and our supplications, our thanksgivings, when we're actually communicating with Him and we are confident that He hears us, we have to know Him. And the only way that we can really know God is to get into the Word, to meditate on it, digest it, put it into use in our lives. This is how we draw closer to God. This is how we are assured that He hears us and that He will answer us. Now, when we pray, boldness means extreme confidence. This is knowing that God has our back and that He's not going to let us fall. And so when we are praying in this way, we have to know that whatever we're praying for, it is within God's will, not our will, and in harmony with all of the things that we learn about in the Bible about prayer. And so I hope this helps you. Go to God knowing that He is who He says He is. And if you're struggling with that, learn more about Him. Read some of the Old Testament. Read some of the Kings and what happens in Exodus and in some of the stories in Genesis. Read these things of these great and wonderful acts that God has promised and He has always fulfilled on. Go lift someone up.